Hello and welcome to the Loose Butthole Reviews. I am your host Smokey, and joining with me as always is my co-host Booge.
Hello.
And before we get into the review proper, as always, I have to give the 3 rules of our rating system. The first rule of our rating system, it must be a fraction of 5. 1 means we hate it, 5 means we love it. Rule number 2, if we are disappointed and want our money back, we give it a good old Jeff Goldblum. And rule number 3, if we all agree that's doing the review that it deserves a God tier, a 6 out of 5, then it will get a God tier. And today we are reviewing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974.
Ooh, the 70s have been good to us.
Oh yeah, they definitely have been. This is
How
an
we starting this? How we starting this? We getting
uh,
the production.
well, yeah, of course. I was gonna say this is an independent horror film that was produced and co-composed and directed by, is it Tobe Hooper?
The Tobe.
Tobe or Tob? How would you pronounce his name?
Uh,
Or Toby?
is it? Oh, is it Tobe?
Yeah,
Toby, yeah.
Toby Hooper, and
Toby Hooper.
who co-wrote it with Kim Hinkle
Hinkle.
H
I'm gonna
E
get.
N.
One second. I'm gonna get to the
Yeah,
Wikipedia.
get
One
to the
second.
Wikipedia. I need my co-host to help me here. Damn it.
Luckily, I ain't dealing with. I finally got back onto the Wi-Fi here. So we have to deal with my shitty Wi-Fi now. Because
Hinkle,
for some
maybe?
reason my dad has been fucked. No, I don't want to go to the Wikipedia of Wikipedia. Damn
Oh, you know you want to go to the Wikipedia of Wikipedia.
it. Fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Ever fucking heard it? You son of a bitch.
This is why this is a loose, but it's a whole review. Oh.
Not the 2022 one. It's garbage. It's fucking garbage. Get this garbage out of my goddamn sight, you
We
motherfucker.
we will have to eventually read that one. I'm gonna turn that on. Yeah, that's better.
It's one of the worst ones because it's just a bad remake. It ain't even a sequel. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hooper, Kim Hinkle. All right, here we go.
Kim Hinkle. So it is Kim Hinkle.
Yes.
All right. So the plot follows a group that fall victim to a family of cannibals while on their way to visit on an old homestead. The film was marketed as being based on true events to attract a wider audience and to act as a subtle commentary on the era's political climate. Although the character Leatherface and minor story details were inspired by the crimes, I said crimes, fucking by the crimes of murderer Ed Gein, its plot is largely fictional.
Yes. But it's got a little flavor of game, like a little spice, a little
Oh,
garnish.
yeah, it's definitely got a whole lot of gain attached to it. The set dressing and everything. I was I was like, oh, okay, that's the gain. That's where you get the gain.
That's why Marcus loves this film.
It's got a lot of bones, a lot of fucking
A
bones in
lot of
this.
bones.
But yeah, we're gonna get into, like always, before we get into the actual plot, we're gonna go over some production stuff. The concept of Texas Chainsaw Massacre arose in the early 1970s while Hooper was working as an assistant film director at the University of Texas at Austin and as a documentary cameraman. He had already developed a story involving the element of isolation, the woods, and darkness. He credited the graphic coverage of violence by San Antonio. San Antonia. I'm gonna fuck this Texas name up. Bear with
San
me.
Antonio.
San
It's a
Antonio
yeah. It's just yeah.
news outlet as one inspiration for the film and based elements of the plot on murderer Ed Gein, who committed his crimes in 1950s Wisconsin. Gein inspired other horror films such as Psycho from 1960, which is a fucking amazing movie we'll have to review
Oh
one
yes.
day. The Silence of the Lambs from 1991.
Yes. Two very good films.
Yes. And during development, several names for the film was considered, including Saturn in Retrograde, which that wouldn't have been a bad one actually. They constantly fucking talk about it.
Yeah.
Head
Head
cheese,
cheese.
fucking stalking Leatherface, and Leatherface, which Leatherface actually does become a movie later
Mm.
on.
Yes.
Hooper has cited changes in the cultural and political landscape as central influences on the film. His 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 intentional misinformation that the film you are about to see is true was a response to being lied to by the government about things that were going on over the world. I think that's a cop out just to you you know it was a marketing fucking thing. You know people would oh it's real. You gotta go see it. It's based on a real story. You gotta go fucking see it.
Nah, man, it's fucking deep, man.
It reflected it reflected the skepticism against the Richard Nixon administration in the wake of the Watergate, the 1973 oil crisis, the 1973 economic recession, and the massacres and atrocities in the Vietnam War. I think they tackle that a lot better in the second one. They, this one was definitely the budget that none of that came through for me at all.
Yeah, honestly, I saw this more of which is funny that it's not getting mentioned. When watching this, I assumed it was more of a like a vegan type of message, like it was like a criticism of like the meat industry, because there's a
Actually,
lot of parallels to them like talking about
that actually
like
might
the
come up.
process of it.
That actually might
Oh,
come up later.
okay.
I'm not 100%
But
sure though.
I definitely didn't see any of this.
Yeah, I saw all of that in the next movie. But the lack of fucking goddamn it, sim,
Oh, I
sim,
lost where we were. Oh,
we're
sentimentality.
yeah, the lack of sentimentality and the brutality of things that Hooper noticed while watching the location news, whose graphic coverage was optimized by showing brains spilled all over the road, led to his belief that man was the real monster here, just wearing a different face. So I put a literal mask on the monster in my film. Uh, but that I thought that was an Ed Gein reference because Ed Gein actually wore people's faces.
You see, no, you get it. It's like whenever I go off about it's the theme. Gotta look at the behind theme. It's like, yes, that is the reason, but then there's the background reason. The theme.
All
The
right, so
message.
there's always a fucking message. The idea of using a chainsaw as the murder weapon came to Hooper while he was in the hardware section of a busy store, contemplating how to speed his way through the crowd. That's you need to go look. You need to get some therapy for that one, man.
Something. I mean, maybe
I get it. I
so
get it.
now and
You're
then
standing.
we get those types of thoughts, but we keep them to ourselves.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody can understand this one. You standing in fucking line and you got a wall of implements there. And you know you're gonna start going. Oh, if only I took that thing, I could make this line a little shorter.
The impulsive thoughts.
We all get them. We all get them. It's not crazy or nothing like that. But man, what a way to come up with a murder weapon is to like I could use that to slaughter everybody right now. So,
But it wouldn't actually work though, unless it was a super chainsaw.
well, you could kill. You could take off the kill switch. You could disengage the quick kill switch. That is possible. You're not supposed to, but it is possible.
I'm just saying, even though you're only getting through one person before it fucks up. Barely can fucking chop through wood sometimes.
All right, so yeah, you got a point there. You do got a point, but we got to keep going. Hooper and Hinkle co-wrote the screenplay and formed Vexter Inc. With Hinkle as president and
You mean
Hooper as
Vortexing?
Vortex Inc. with Hinkle as president and Hooper as vice president. They asked Bill Parsley, a friend of Hooper, to provide funding. Parsley formed a company named MAB Incorporated, through which he invested $60,000 in the production. Damn, that is not a good. That is not a lot. That is that's
Nope.
bad.
Yeah, this is really like low
And
low
in
budget.
return, Mab owned 50% of the film and its profits. Shit.
Kind of got fucked
Production
over there.
got real fucked on that one. Production manager Ron Bozeman
Bozeman. Yeah.
told most of
Bozeman.
the cast and crew that he would have to defer part of their salaries until after it was sold to a distributor. Vortex made the idea more attractive by awarding them a share of its potential profits, ranging from 0.25 to 6%, similar to mortgage points. Okay. The cast and crew were not informed that Vexter owned only 50%, which meant their points were worth half of the assumed value. God damn, everybody got fucked in this one.
Oh yeah.
Everybody got screwed the fuck over.
It was brutal back then.
Wow, that is
That's
really
why you have
something.
that's why you always have a lawyer or someone to look over some of that shit for you, and also to be like, hey, this ain't a good deal here.
All right, so
You guys are getting fucked.
since we just brought up the cast, we're going to get into casting. Many of the cast members at the time were relatively unknown actors, Texans who had played roles in commercials, television, and stage shows, as well as performers whom Hooper knew professionally, soon, such as Alan Danziger and Jim Cito.
Cedo? I don't know.
Cedo?
Like
Cedo? Oh, it's one of the
you won't get any
two.
judgment. That's your call.
Involvement in the film propelled some of them into the motion picture industry, actually. The lead role of Sally was given to Marilyn Burns, who had appeared previously on stage and served as the film commission board at UT Austin. uh, while studying there. Terry McMinn was a student who worked with local theater companies, including the Dallas Theater Center. Hinkle called McMinn to come in for a reading after he spotted her picture in the Austin American Statesman. For her last callback, he requested that she wear short shorts, which proved to be the most comfortable of all the cast members' costumes.
She lucked out. She lucked out on the perv. Get to be all nice and cool in the heat. Oh, what? I was just about to make a joke that the from a picture though, but the picture was just her short shorts. It's like this lady's perfect.
That's how she got the fucking role. Oh man, synchronicities, man. You pulled from the collective unconscious right there.
On the sexy red short shorts.
All right, so Icelandic American actor Gunnar Hansen was selected for the role of Leatherface. He regarded Leatherface as having an intellectual disability and having never learned to speak properly. To research his character in preparation for his role, Gunnar visited a special needs school and watched how the students moved and spoke.
God damn it! I hate, I hate that it was a good job, dude.
Hey,
Bro, just like I wonder if he told them before.
Oh god. He had to. That would have been creepy as fuck. And he just some strange old man, just some strange acting. Just
I wonder how much
too.
though. If it's just like, oh, it's just for a role, like just for a little role, like not that it's a serial killer, like Chainsaw Maniac. Oh, he's just an inbred like hillbilly monster. I gotta really get into the role here.
Okay.
Who's your most demented here?
All right. So this next fact is kind of fucked up, but it's kind of cool too. All right. So fucking John LaGuardia.
Oh shit.
John LaGuardia.
It's fucking French. Leroquette.
Lelaquette. John Lelaquette performed the narration in the opening credits, for which he was paid in fucking weed, motherfuckers. Yeah, boy.
Hell yeah, man. Though you know what, I would have put it in my contract that I'd still get royalties, but the royalties are in weed. So you still have to just keep giving me weed for the rest of my life.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, boy. That would be genius.
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 See, this guy needed me as his fucking manager.
All right, so the primary filming location was an early 1900s farmhouse located on Quick Hill Road near Road Rock, Texas, with the La Frontera development in
Yeah, La Frontera.
La Frontera
Like the restaurant.
is now located. The film. Oh shit! The restaurant. I think no, that is it's a development. It's mixed use development in Rock. Damn! They tore down the farmhouse. It no longer exists. Them bastards.
Damn. It's part of the frontier. It's in the name.
God damn it!
You're destroying the frontier.
The crew filmed 7 days a week, up to 16 hours a day. The environment was hot, and the cast and crew found conditions tough. Temperatures peaked at 110 degrees Fahrenheit 43 degrees Celsius for all you non-American fucks on July 26th. Hansen later recalled it was 95 to 100 degrees every day during filming. They wanted to wash my costume because they were worried that the laundry might lose it and that it would change color. They didn't have enough money for a second costume, so I wore the mask 12 to 16 hours a day, 7 days a
Oh,
week for a month. That probably
that guy
added to the. That probably added to it though.
stinky.
That
Oh yeah, for
you
sure.
know they definitely made it look more realistic with the dinginess that would have put on the mask and the costumes. Because he
For
changes,
sure.
he has multiple masks and multiple costumes.
Yeah, because he kind of gets on his like little his like little mom outfit later.
and his dad outfit. I'm gonna call that his dad out the suit his dad outfit.
Yeah.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was mainly shot using an Enclair NPR 16mm camera with fine grade, low speed, extra chrome commercial film that required considerably more light than modern digital cameras and even most film stocks of the day. This allowed more mobility and cost savings over shooting on the standard theatrical 35mm format of the time without significant sacrifices to image quality. Most of the filming took place in the farmhouse, which was filled with furniture constructed from animal bones and latex material used as upholstery to give the appearance of human skin. The house was not cooled and there was little ventilation. The crew covered its walls with drops of animal blood obtained from a local slaughterhouse. Oh god, that the
Smelling like a Watain concert.
this whole fucking it's just getting fucked left and right. Like you can't escape. You can't escape the fucking like everybody gets fucked.
Becomes a horror movie in itself.
Yeah, just the making of this shit. Art director Robert A. Burns drove around the countryside, and collected the remains of cattle and other animals in various stages of decomposition, with which he littered the floors of the house. Fucking A, dude!
Yes!
Stop!
This is so
Stop!
fucking metal, dude! This is literally like if like Mayhem like fucking like made a movie. It would just be corpses everywhere. It's just rotting corpses everywhere.
Like, holy shit, man. Like, can there just be one relief? Can we have some relief somewhere in this?
That pungent sweet smell in there.
Like I said during Possession, which we will have to review, I guess, later on in the future, since I now said it on roll. When does the madness stop? When does it stop?
Never stops. Not till it's over.
Okay. So, the special effects were simple and limited by the budget. The on-screen blood was real in some cases, such as the scene in which Leatherface feeds Grandpa. Holy shit. The crew had difficulty getting the stage blood to come out of its tube, so instead, Burns' index finger was cut with a razor.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Holy fucking...
We need real blood. Fucking hell! This is turned into some fucking what's his
That
fucking name?
means her
Kubrick shit.
finger... That means her bleeding finger was actually sucked by that person.
Yeah. Oh, oh, there's so many violations going on here.
Burns'
And they weren't
costume.
even fucking paid what they're fucking supposed to be.
Nope. Fuck no. They got fucked. You get. You just getting fucked. Like it said, this whole thing is getting fucked. This is how. You,
I
you,
thought I thought John Leguizamo eating the maggots for that shitty Spawn film was bad, but damn.
nah, that's nothing
Oh,
compared
I
to
think
this.
oh no, the internet.
Oh, fucking. Them bastards. So, gonna try to continue here.
Oh, maybe if I go over here.
Burns Burns' costume was so drenched with
Do you hear
stage
me?
blood. Yes, I can hear you. Uh, and her costume was so drenched with stage blood that it was virtually solid by the last day of shooting. Oh my fucking god!
Oh, damn.
What? Godly, can somebody have relief? Did one person get relief? the the scene in which Leatherface dismembers Kirk with a chainsaw worried actor William Val Kirk after telling him to stay still lest he really be killed. Hansen brought the running chainsaw to within 3 inches or 8 centimeters of Val's face. God damn, dude. Whoa.
Damn.
A real hammer
I didn't
was
know any of
used.
this.
It doesn't get better. It's getting worse because a real hammer was used for the climactic scene at the end, with some takes also featuring a mock-up. However, the actor playing Grandpa was in his victim's head. Still, the shoot was quite dangerous, with Hooper noting at the rap party that all cast members had obtained some level of injury. He stated that everyone hated me by the end of the production and that it just took years for them to kind of cool off. They probably never got
Everybody
over it,
just needs
dude.
to cool off.
They probably never got
They just
over that
became
shit.
dead inside and were like, oh, hey, like, I'm kind of just over it in general, but I haven't, like, actually forgiven you or anything. I don't dwell on it anymore. Obviously, you don't. Obviously, there's something wrong with you. And you.
You're fucking demented yourself.
but, but oh, the art.
Oh, it was art. It was art.
Mad science.
So, let's see here. After all that, the gas station featured in several scenes of the film is located at Bastrop, Texas. It's now operates as a horror-themed attraction, Texas barbecue restaurant and motel. To maintain its resemblance
Oh,
to the
yeah.
film, its owners preserved various antiques, including the vintage sign that reads "We Slaughter Barbecue." So there's the you can go and stay at the fucking theme hotel if you want because of this.
There's actual
your
reason
relief.
to go to Texas.
There's relief. There's the relief that I wanted.
Your boy.
I don't know if it was worth it, but oh, there you go. There you fucking go.
Damn.
Alright, so I think we're going to save post production for after the plot, including the release and the critical reception and the cultural impact. But we can go over the themes and analysis. The first one, contemporary American life. Okay, so apparently, critic Christopher Sherritt argues that since Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho from 1961 and The Birds from 1963, the American horror film has been defined by the questions it poses about the fundamental validity of the American civilizing process. Concerns amplified during the 1970s by the God dang it,
Or
decla,
what? One second.
declam, de, degla,
Uh,
deglimitation of authority in the wake of the Vietnam and Watergate. If Psycho began an exploitation of new sense of absurdity in contemporary life, of the collapse of casualty and the diseased underbelly of American Gothic, he writes the Texas Chainsaw Massacre carries this exploitation to a logical conclusion, addressing many of the issues of Hitchcock's film while refusing comforting closure. Robin Wood
okay.
characterizes Leatherface and his family as victims of industrial capitalism, their jobs as slaughterhouse workers having been rendered obsolete by technological advances. He states that the picture brings to focus a spirit of negativity. Ooh, huh. I wonder, a shadow, maybe.
Mm.
It seems to lie not far below the surface of the modern collective consciousness. Oh boy,
It
yeah,
all comes back.
yeah, boy. You can't fucking escape it. Naomi, is it Merritt?
Oh shit! What?
Naomi
Naomi Merritt. Yeah.
Naomi Merritt explores the film's representation of cannibalistic capitalism in relation to George Bat-
Batalis
Battling theory
or the
of
Batali?
taboo and transgression. She elaborates on Wood's analysis, stating that the Sawyer's family's values reflect or correspond to established and independent American institutions by their embodiment of those social units is but their embodiment of these social units is perverted and trans, transgressive. God dang it.
Transgressive and an interdependent, since that's different than independent.
My bades. Hey,
Yogurt.
I'm dyslexic. Cut me some slack. In Kim Newman's view, Hooper's presentation of the Sawyer family during the dinner scene parodies a typical American sitcom family. Uh, okay. I guess. A horror sitcom, I guess, like a very dark, black comedy horror sitcom family, if you want to say that. The gas station owner is the bread-winning father
Bourgeois
figure.
housewife.
The killer Leatherface is depicted as a bourgeois housewife. And the hitchhiker acts as the rebellious teenager. Okay. Isabel Christina Pindo? Pindo, author of
Penido.
Pinedo,
Penido.
author of Recreational Terror, Women and the Pleasures of Horror Film Viewing, states that the horror genre must keep terror and comedy in tension if it is to successfully tread the line that separates it from terrorism and parody. This delicate balance is struck in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, in which the decaying corpse of Grandpa not only incorporates horrific and humorous effect, but only uses one to exa- exaggerate,
Exacerbate.
exacerbate the other. Which he's not a decaying corpse; he's still alive. He
Yeah,
sucks on
he's
his
just
anger,
like he's just really old.
like he's
Yeah.
extremely fucking old.
Yeah.
I know that they don't really explain it, but I have a feeling that mother and father was killed and their faces are worn by Leatherface when he's in
Mm.
his
It's a good theory.
personas. That's my
Because I
theory.
think aren't they all? Because I think they even the cook aren't they all brothers?
They call him Uncle. They call him Uncle.
They
So
call
I'm
him
not.
Uncle. Okay,
Yeah, I'm not 100%
that's
sure.
what I first assumed, but I couldn't remember if I can't remember. If there's something he said in two that made it sound like they were brothers, but I couldn't really grasp it.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100%
Mm.
sure.
Because it could be because because I chopped up. That's two. We're getting
Yeah,
we
yeah,
ain't, we ain't
yeah.
talking about two.
Yeah, we can't. Unfortunately, we can't talk about two. We ain't get. We're not gonna have the time, unfortunately.
Two's a lot.
But yeah, now we're gonna get into the theme of violence against women. The underlying this isn't underlining. This is like frontline and center. But okay.
Oh yeah.
The underlining themes of the film have been the subject of extensive critical discussion. Critics and scholars have interpreted it as a parad, paradigmatic exploitation film in which female protagonists are subject to brutal, sadistic violence. Stephen Prince comments that the horror is born of the torment of the of the young woman subjected to imprisonment and abuse amid decaying arms and mobiles made of human bones and teeth. As with many slasher films, it incorporates the final girl trope, the heroine and the inevitable lone survivor who somehow escapes the horror that befalls the other characters. Sally Hardesty is wounded and tortured, yet manages to survive with the help of a male truck driver. Critics argue that even in exploitation films in which the ratio of male and female deaths is roughly equal, the images that linger will be of the violence committed against the female characters. The specific case of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre provides support for this argument. Three men are killed. Uh, 3 men killed in quick fashion, but one woman is brutally slaughtered, hung on a meat hook, and the surviving woman endures physical and mental torture. In 1977, critic Mary Mackey described the meat hook scene as probably the most brutal on screen female death in any commercially distributed film. She placed it in a lineage of violent films that depicted women as weak and incapable of protecting themselves, which I don't think that's the case because Sally protected her fucking self pretty goddamn well.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. And I definitely agree that it's definitely one of the most effective ones, especially for a specific like type of like kills or like torture like that doesn't have like that actually really has like zero gore because there's like zero gore in that. It was just the implication and like the just how casually he kind of puts her up there is like what makes it so like brutal.
Yeah, fucking and
What you don't see.
that and they're criticizing it for quicking the men off quickly. That's usually what serial killers that are attracted to females do when it comes to killing couples. They get rid of the competition as soon as possible, and then they do their whatever they want to with the, they attain their goal with what they want with the woman, and usually
Yeah,
that they keep the women alive a lot longer than they do the men.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Unless you're a gay killer.
Yeah, but then they're probably not even hunting down fucking um couples if they're a gay
You
killer.
know, I kind of, yeah, you know what? I haven't really think of like all the gay killers. I don't even remember a lot of like even women just like accidentally being killed, like, oh, because they were like a witness or something too. You don't really hear about that
Yeah,
with
no.
that.
Usually, gay killers don't go outside their
But
gender.
it's also because it's also easier to kind of lure a gay guy to your house too. So like, you know, unfortunately. Right, men be men, whether gay or straight. We're just easier. We're actually bigger whores on average, which is why we project. Because we're like, oh, she must be fucking someone else, because I would be fucking someone else if I looked like her.
Oh, yeah. All right, so in one study, a group of men were shown 5 films depicting different levels of violence against women. One first viewing, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they experienced symptoms of depression and anxiety. However, upon subsequent viewing, they found the violence against women less offensive and more enjoyable. Damn. Okay. You need to look more into that. Another study investigating gender specific perceptions of slasher films involved 30 males and 30 female university students. One male participated described the screaming, especially Sally's, as the most freaky thing in the film. It's,
Man,
it's too.
that screams were fucking freaky, man. Holy shit,
It
she was
was too
fucking
much.
screaming and I start freaking
She just screamed way too fucking much. She definitely her vocals were definitely coarse after that. After all of it,
out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
because she just kept screaming. She just would not stop. So and
And I'm sure there's a bunch of footage more that we don't see of her
yeah,
screaming.
most likely. And according to Jesse Stolman,
Sorry, I keep interrupting you. I keep getting time crimed here. God,
my bad.
it's doing it again. 1 second. Let me mute myself. I'm gonna move around.
Okay, according to Jesse Stolman of Bright Lights Film Journal, the lack of explicit violence in the film forces viewers to question their own fascination with violence that they play a central role in imagining. Nonetheless, citing its feverish camera moves, repeated bursts of light, and auditory pandemonium, Stomlin asserts that it involves the audience primarily on a sensory rather than an intellectual level. That's true. You really ain't got to think this about this film whatsoever. It's pretty basic slasher. Like when you really break it down.
Mhm. Oh yeah,
But
but if you want to, you can.
oh yeah, you definitely can. I mean, the director definitely tried to. That's for sure. We've gone over that. But oh, here is your. I guess it's not veganism, but your vegetarianism. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre has been described as the ultimate pro-vegetarian film due to its animal rights theme. In a
Mhm.
video essay, film critic Rob Ager describes the irony in humans being slaughtered for meat, putting humans in the position of being slaughtered like farm animals. Director Toby Hooper has confirmed that it's a film about meat and even gave up meat while making the film, saying, "In a way, I thought the heart of the film was about meat. It was about the chain of life and killing sentient beings." Writer director uh, Guillermo del Toro became a vegetarian for a time after seeing the film.
But none of them commit.
No,
It's
they
hard.
all, they all fucking, they
Hey, I've
all.
tried.
Hey, I can't even imagine trying. But oh, that's all the production stuff. Ain't that great? Isn't that
Yeah.
wonderful? Now we can actually get into the plot of the movie. And we won't even be done with that because we got post production, release, and then the critical and cultural stuff. But
It's a
yes,
lot.
the the plot, it starts in the early hours of August 18th, 1973. A grave robber steals several corpses from a cemetery near Newt, uh, Mer-
Oh,
Merido County,
one.
Texas. The robber ties a rotting corpse and other body parts onto a monument, creating a grisly display that is discovered by a local resident at as the sun rises.
I don't remember anybody else being there. I just remember the corpse.
Well, it doesn't show anybody, but on the radio station, it's like, oh, the thing was discovered by
Ah,
somebody, blah 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 blah.
gotcha, gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. They had that going, and
I was probably fucking around.
then we cut to driving in a van. They are five teenagers. Oh, five pesky, meddling teenagers. They take a road trip through the area. Sally Hardesty, Jerry, Pam, Kirk, and Sally's paraplegic brother, Franklin, who I'm gonna fucking call Wheels. Yeah, I fucking hate this little bastard. He's not a kid or nothing. He's a grown ass man, and oh, I fucking can't stand him. the wheelchair
but
does
who's
not. The wheelchair does not give him a fucking pass.
but which one of them is the leg man?
That would be fuck. Which one had the fro?
Oh shit, I don't remember. Fro, I just called him Fro. You got red
um,
shorts, you got Fro, you got wheels, you got Sally. She's the only one with the name.
we'll probably figure it out as we go.
Yes.
We'll probably figure it out as we fucking
And another
the
guy.
yeah. The stop. There's the Fred. He's literally the Fred, and the Daphne goes with them.
Yeah.
The
Red shorts.
they stop at the cemetery to
Who
check
wears
on the.
short shorts? We wear
Oh,
short.
yes. They stop at the cemetery to check at the grave of Sally and Franklin's grandfather, which appears undisturbed. As the group drives past a slaughterhouse, Franklin recounts the Hardy's fa- uh, Hardesty's family history with animal slaughter. They soon pick up a hitchhiker who talks about his family who worked at the old slaughterhouse. He borrows Franklin's pocket knife and cuts himself, then takes a single Polaroid picture of the group for which he demands money. When they refuse to pay him, he burns the photo and attacks Franklin with a straight razor, or a razor knife if you want to call it. The group forces him out of the van, where he smears blood on the side as they drive off. Low on gas, the group stops at a gas station whose proprietor says that there is no fuel. The group explores a nearby abandoned house owned by the Hardeseys. Alright, so I'm going to assume Jerry is Legman. He's Fro, because Kirk and Pam, the Fred and Daphne of the group, leave the others behind, planning to visit a nearby swimming hole mentioned by Wheels. On their way there, they discovered another house surrounded by rundown cars and run by gas-powered generators. Hoping to barter for gas, Fred, the wannabe Fred, enters the house through the unlocked door while wannabe Daphne waits outside, short shorts. As he searches the house, a large man wearing a mask made of skin appears and murders Kirk with a hammer. Poor wannabe Fred. When wannabe Daphne enters the house, she stumbles into a room strewn with decaying remains and furniture made from human and animal bones and a lot of chicken feathers. A lot of fucking chicken feathers. She attempts to flee but is caught by the man and impaled on a meat hook. The man then starts up a chainsaw and dismembering wannabe Fred as wannabe Daphne watches. In the evening, Legman searches for the couple when he enters the other house. He finds the wannabe Daphne literally dead, spasming body in a chest freezer, and is killed by the masked man. There goes Legman. In the darkness, Sally and Wheels set out to find their friends. En route, the masked man ambushes them, killing Wheels with the chainsaw. And oh, I was so fucking happy when this happened. I couldn't have been happier. Oh, I'm upset that he was the last kill. He should have been the first. He was so fucking annoying. He deserved everything he got. He just complained, bitched, and moaned the whole fucking time. He tried to make the whole film about him. He tried to be the main character, and he was not the main fucking character.
Damn.
So, the man, Leatherface, chases Sally into the house, where she finds a
For a
very
while.
old... Oh yeah, it's a long-ass chase. And that's where she finds a very old, seemingly dead man and a woman's rotting corpse. She escapes from the man by jumping through a second-floor window, and she flees to the gas station. With the man in pursuit, Sally arrives at the gas station when he seems to disappear. The station's proprietor comforts Sally with the offer of help, after which he beats and subdues her, leading her into his pickup truck.
Gave her the old broom treatment.
Yeah, she got the fucking broom, got the good old southern broom. The proprietor drives to the other house and the hitchhiker appears. The proprietor scolds him for his actions at the cemetery, identifying the hitchhiker as the grave robber. As they enter the house, the masked man appears dressed in women's clothing. The proprietor identifies the masked man and the hitchhiker as brothers, and the hitchhiker refers to the masked man as Leatherface. The two brothers bring the old man, Grandpa, down the stairs and cut Sally's finger so that Grandpa can suck her blood. Sally then faints from the ordeal, which I would have done. I would have definitely I would have probably died of shock at this point. Like my
Like
brain
old
probably
vampire corpse man.
like this definitely would have done my brain in for sure. The next
Dang.
morning, Sally regains consciousness. The men taunt her and biker with okay. The men taunt and bicker with each other, resolving to kill her with a hammer. Then try to include Grandpa in the activity, but Grandpa is too weak. Sally breaks free and runs onto a road in front of the house, pursued by the brothers. An oncoming truck accidentally runs over the hitchhiker, killing him.
Yes, that was such a good scene. It was not like kind of really obviously fake, but it still just hit so well.
The trucker the truck driver attacks Leatherface with a large wrench, causing him to fall and injured his leg with the chainsaw. Sally, covered in blood, flags down a passing pickup truck and climbs into the bed, narrowly escaping Leatherface. As the pickup truck drives away, Sally laughs hysterically while an enraged Leatherface swings his chainsaw in the road as the sun rises.
Classic scene, man. Of him just going crazy.
Oh yeah, and that is the move. Very short, actually. I thought it was going to be a bit longer, but it's only an hour and like 23 minutes.
Yeah, fucking great. Perfect for a Halloween, dude. And also good because I mean, even though the second one's real long, it like still makes like the perfect double feature.
Oh yeah. So the post production, after the plot, I guess, after all of the filming and everything, the production exceeded its budget of 60,000, about 288,000, adjusted for inflation. Budget during editing. Damn. Sources
Like,
differ on the film's final cost, offering figures between 93,000, about 447,000 inflation adjusted. These numbers are not going to be accurate for today probably. And
no.
300,000, about 1,400,000 inflation adjusted. Damn. A film production group, Pie in the Sky, partially led by future president of Texas State Bar Joe K. Longley, provided $23,532, about 113,000 inflation adjusted, in exchange for 19% of Vortex. This left Hinkle, Hooper, and the rest of the cast and crew with 40.5% stake. That's not correct math, but okay, we're just gonna go with it. Warren Scanron, then head of the Texas Film Commission, helped secure the distribution deal with Branston Distributing Company. David Foster, who would later precede the 1982 horror film The Thing, produced, not precede, my bad, arranged for a private screening of the film of some of Princeton's West Coast executives and received 1.5% of Vortex's profit and defer fee $500, about 2,400 in inflation. On August 28th, 1974, Louis uh, par- paranoia par- para, para, paranoia. I'm just gonna go with paranoia of
Mhm.
Bryanston agreed to distribute the film worldwide, from which Bosman and Skyron would receive 225,000 and about 1,100,000 in inflation and 35% of the profits. Years later, Bozeman stated, "We made a deal with the devil, and I guess that in a way we got what we deserved." They signed the contract with Brenston, and after the investors recouped their money with interest, and after Scammon, the lawyers, and the accountants were paid, only $8,100, about $38,900 in inflation, was left divided among the 20 cast and crew members. Damn. Eventually, the producers sued Brenston for failing to pay them their full percentage of the box office profits. A court judgment instructed Brenston to pay the filmmakers $500,000, about $2,400,000 in inflation adjustment, but by then the company had declared bankruptcy. Sneaky fucking bastards. In
Typical.
1983, New Line Cinema acquired the distribution rights and gave the producer a large share of the profits. About fucking time. I hope the producers shared that with the cast and crew after so long.
After tormenting them.
They just got fucked. Like they like the only comfort is you can go to the hotel. Like
I actually catch up and you like speed up and I realize, oh, I'm interrupting him.
you're fine when you interrupt though. You're fine.
But I've been getting time crammed here.
And we're we're live again. We're back. We're back. We had a little technical difficulties. Oh, I'm talking shop. Oh, we get that was the post production stuff though. Did you
Yay!
hear that they got $405 a piece? The 20 cast and crew members.
Oh no, I did not hear that part.
Yes, that is what they had to get after they divided the money. So they might have stayed at the hotel, like I said.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and
Yeah,
waiting
it cut out when
for
you said they better. You're like, the crew better got something. That's when it cut out.
yeah
But
that
I'm
is
glad they
for sure.
did.
They for sure need something. So we're now on the release stuff. Texas Chainsaw Massacre premiered in Austin, Texas on October 1st, 1974, almost a year after filming concluded. It screened nationally in the United States as a Saturday afternoon matinee noise, and its false marketing as a true story helped it attract a broad audience. For 8 years after 1976, it was annually reissued to first-run theaters, prompted by full-page ads. Damn.
So many kids at my school like did tell me about this film and said that this literally happened. Like this is actual, it's actually like they found the footage, which is not even a found footage.
Yeah, no, it's not even fucking found footage.
Like damn, it's like they really brought a whole crew who just watched these people get murdered, huh?
Damn.
I mean,
uh,
almost, kind of almost was like that.
yeah, in a way. Uh, the film eventually grossed more than 30 30 million in the United States and Canada, and 14.4 million in rentals, making it the 12th highest grossing film initially, released in 1974. Disputes
Hmm.
uh, dispute its dispute a minuscule budget among independent films. It was overtaken in 1978 by John Carpenter's Halloween, which grossed
Hmm.
47 million.
Oh yeah, always living in its shadow.
It's bullshit, to be honest. To be honest, if I had to compare the two, I enjoy this one. Enjoy this a lot more than Halloween, but I
Yeah,
do
which I do love the first
unfortunately
Halloween too.
I have a nostalgic connection for Halloween. Unfortunately, that
Mm.
kind of puts it over this. Unfortunately, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can state this is the better Halloween film to watch. This is the better horror.
Mm. It paved the way.
Yeah. But Hooper reportedly hoped that the Motion Picture Association of America would give the complete uncut release print a PG rating due to its minimum amount of visible gore.
Yeah,
Instead,
boy.
instead it was originally rated X. After several minutes were cut, it was resubmitted to the uh, MPAA and received an R rating. A distributor restored the offending material, and at least one theater presented the full version under an R. In San Francisco, cinema goers walked out of the theaters in disgust. And in February 1976, two theaters in Ottawa, Canada, were advised by local police to withdraw the film lest they face mortally charges.
Oh yeah, morality fucking
Morality
charges. Fucking
charges.
hate those. Fucking the worst fucking thing ever, and
Might
that's the
be
type of shit
a
they
fucking.
want to start bringing back to.
But yes,
But that was in Canada as well.
after its initial British release, including a 1 year theatrical run in London, damn, that's a long time to be in theaters. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was initially banned on the advice of British Board of Film Censors.
Of
Boo!
course,
Fucking
fucking
boo!
British, fucking British, always banning good shit.
Secretary Stephen Murphy and subsequently by his successor James Furman. While the British ban was in force, the word chainsaw itself was barred from movie titles. What the fuck?
Yeah, it
Forcing
was.
imitators
Yeah,
to rename their films. That is just
yep.
fucking ridiculous. What that
I mean,
makes
these are the
no
same
goddamn
people
sense.
that like made it to where like when was it like Mortal Kombat like it'd be like they were robots or something, took the blood out,
No,
shit
that
like
was
that.
Nintendo did that, and
Okay.
They did that for console, but Sega Genesis
There's another game though that they did
was
that too, right?
cool.
With like a couple shooting games that they like made them robots instead.
They censor a lot of shit like that.
And I know they also don't have like they didn't have no Russian in like the British version of Call of Duty, right?
Probably not. Most likely not. I wouldn't be surprised. In 1998, despite the band, Camden London Borough Council granted the film a license. The following year, the double BFC passed the Texas Chainsaw Massacre uncut for release with an eight. Excuse me, my apologies. With an 18 certification. And it was broadcast a year later on Channel 4. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
At least they finally came around eventually. It's about goddamn time. When the 83-minute version of the film was submitted to the Australian classification board by distributor Seven Keys in June of 1975, the board denied the film a classification and similarly refused the classification of a 77-minute print in December that year. In 1981, the 83-minute version submitted by Greater Union Film Distributors was again refused registration. It was later submitted by the Filmways Australianese distributors and approved for an R rating in 1984. It was banned for periods in many other countries, including Chile, Brazil, Finland, France, Iceland, Ireland, Norway, Singapore, Sweden, and West Germany. In Sweden, it would also symbolize a video nasty, a discussed topic at the time.
I like that it was banned in West Germany, but they got it in East Germany. So it, for the most part, sucked being in East Germany, but at least you can watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The film was released in 2021 in Australia and in 2024 in Russia, grossing 36,879 at the international box office. Yay, it finally made it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this film had a cultural impact. It is widely considered one of the greatest and most controversial horror films of all time, and a major
Weird.
influence on the genre.
Hmm.
Which I
That for sure.
I don't know really why. I see why it's a cultural zeitgeist, but I don't see
Hmm.
why it's controversial whatsoever. To be honest,
There's worse
it
films out at this point that are more
yeah
graphic and gratuitous,
yeah
for
so
sure.
much worse. But in 1999, Richard Zoglin of Time commented that it had set a new standard for slasher films. The Times listed it as one of the 50 most controversial films of all time. I can't pronounce your name, Tony. Believes the but he believes the film paved the way for horror to be used as a vocal for social commentary, describing it as cheap, grubby, and out of control. Mark Olson of the Los Angeles Times declared that it both defines and internally supersedes the very notion of exploitation picture. In his book Dark Romance, Sexuality in the Horror Film, David Hogan called it the most affecting gore thriller of all, and in no that's a lie, and in a
Yeah.
broader view, among the most effective horror films ever made. I
I definitely
guess.
say it's the most effective, like not gory slasher film for sure.
Yeah, the driving force of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is something far more horrible than aberrant sexuality, total insanity. According to Bill Nicholas, it achieves the force of authentic
Authentic.
art and profoundly disturbing, intensely professional, yet at the same time far more than professional. This was not personal, not professional. My bad. I fucked that all up. My I fucked it all up. But yeah, I was about to say this was not professional whatsoever. It was definitely personal.
Yes.
Leonard Wolf praised the film as an ex-
Exquisite.
exquisite work of art and compared it to a Greek tragedy, noting the lack of on screen violence. There you go. At least Mr. Wolf The wolf fucking get it right.
Yep.
uh, Leatherface has gained a reputation as a significant character in the horror genre. Christopher Knoll of FilmCritic.com said, "In our collective consciousness, ooh, oh my god, there it
Mhm.
is, there it fucking is. Leatherface and his chainsaw have become as iconic as Freddy and his razors, or Jason and his hockey mask, and machete. You can't forget Jason always has a fucking machete." uh, Don Sumner called the Texas Chainsaw Massacre a classic that not only introduced a new villain to the horror pantheon, but also influenced an entire generation of filmmakers. According to
Mhm.
Becker Ashwash of Ashker Wash of
Oh,
Entertainment
yeah.
Weekly, it laid the foundations for Halloween, Evil Dead, and Blair Witch horror franchises. Uh, Wes Craven crafted his 1977 film The Hills Have Eyes as an homage
Fuck
to the
yeah.
massacre.
Fuck yeah. Good
Uh,
movie too.
while Ridley Scott cited Hooper's film as inspiration for his 1970 film Alien. Fuck yeah,
Hey,
motherfuckers.
I was just talking about how this is the alien to Texas Chainsaw 2's aliens.
Yeah, boy. Fucking synchronicities, motherfucker. You can't
Why are they
escape
so
it.
benign?
French director Alexander How, who I can't pronounce your last
uh,
name.
uh, Aha, it's either Aha or Aja. I don't know what
Credit.
if
Uh,
he's Latin, then it's Aha. If
he's
he's
French,
he's
so
J's. He's
he
French.
yeah, he's French.
Aja
So
then.
but he credited as an early influence on his career. Horror filmmaker and heavy metal musicianist Rob Zombie sees it as a major influence on his work, including his films House of a Thousand Corpses from 2003 and The Devil's Rejects from 2005.
Also, what also inspired him was when he was a kid, his parents actually worked in like the circus, like working on the machinery and like on like rides and stuff. And like one time he was just like outside like in one of the temporary homes in I think like Florida or something, and there was just like a dude that was fully naked that was like just covered in a bunch of like almost looked like hundreds or like thousands of like cuts all over his body, just bleeding, just like you just like walked by him like a zombie.
Well, damn.
There you go. Also that.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was selected for the 1975 Cannes Film Festival Directors Fortnight and the London Film Festival. In 1976, it won the Special Jury Prize at the Vores Fantastic Film Festival in France. Uh, Entertainment Weekly ranked the film sixth on its 2003 list of the top 50 cult films. In 2005, the Total Film poll, it was selected as the greatest horror film of all time. Fuck yeah! And it was named among Time's top 25 horror films in 2007. 2008, the film ranked number 199 on Empire's magazine's list of the 500 greatest films of all time. Empire also ranked it 46th in its list of the 50 greatest independent films. In 2010, Total Film poll, it was again selected on the greatest horror film of all time. The judging panel included veteran horror directors such as John Carpenter, Wes Craven, and George A. Romero. Fuck yeah. In
Hell yeah.
2010, as well, The Guardian ranked it number 14 on its list of the top 25 horror films. It was also voted for the greatest horror film of the time in Slant Magazine in 2013's list of the greatest horror films of all time. It was also voted the scariest movie of all time in 2017's list by Complex, and voted the best horror movie of all time in 2017's list
Who
by
are you people?
It was also voted scariest movie of all time in 2018. It's listed by the Consequence of Sound, and voted the best horror movie of all time in 2018's list of Esquire. And in 2014, Variety selected it as the greatest horror movie of all time. The synchronicities doesn't fucking stop. God damn.
It's also on Spooge's list up in the top 5 too. It might have moved. It's definitely in the top 10.
It's
So I don't
not
know. I
in
need to
the
revisit things.
top
At one point, it
five.
was in my top 5.
It's not in the top 5. I think I put it right below Ju-on, The Grudge, and Ju-on, The Curse, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Right above The Brood,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
I can
The
actually
Brood.
I don't know why I'm like, oh, I'm guessing when I can just check it. I got my list right here. I'll just check.
It's just as relevant as all these other people's lists, that's for sure.
Hey, yeah, I mean, come on. My Smokey's favorite list is very relevant. Don't
More
even
relevant.
get me started.
Yeah, more relevant than these people.
It actually ranked much higher. Much higher. Oh, synchronicities, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't put it under. Where the fuck did I put Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Did I not save? Okay, I put it right under The Exorcist. It's 90 and 91. Right under The Exorcist. Yeah.
Okay, it's in my wait, oh, that's not my favorites list. 1 second. Here you go.
I have one last critical cultural impact
6.
note. It's number 6. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. That's pretty fucking high.
I enjoy it a lot every time I watch it. I have so much fun. And I have to listen to more Deli Creeps.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was inducted into the Horror Hall of Fame in 1990, with director Hooper accepting the award, and it is a part of the Permanent
One second. I have to go back to the
collection
wiki.
of New York City's Museum of Modern Art. In 2012, the film was named by critics in the British Film Institution's Sight and Sound magazine as one of the 250 greatest films. The Academy Film Archive housed the Texas Chainsaw Massacre's collection, which contains over 50 items, including many original elements of the film.
Nice.
Yay!
Oh.
I mean, the critical reception of this is outstanding, but we always do this. Where is the Rotten Tomatoes? Rotten Tomatoes. Before we give our final thoughts, we kind of got to wrap this up. The critics gave it an 84%, and the audience is pretty close. It's an 82% rating. That ain't bad. That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
People are definitely going to be upset about my rating. So and with that segue, I believe we can get into final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
because
Final thoughts.
I know we've been going on for quite a while. So my final ratings, I do have to include. We did a bit of a double feature when we watched this, and wow, whoa, I'm having a bit of a demented moment. I
Oh no.
enjoyed the second one. Why was I giving? Why was I taking off a whole point? Oh, okay,
Was it
yeah.
for Buddy
No, no.
Franklin?
The reason why it's literally just because of the second movie.
Okay.
The the second movie I can't give a god tier. It's a 4.5 if we were rating the second movie. That and because I enjoy watching the second movie a lot more than this one. I cannot rate this higher than the second movie. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to give this a solid, a very strong 4 out of 5.
Four is high. Four is high.
It's very high. I mean, it's oh fucking never mind. I just fucking remembered.
Lying bitch.
Not only it was half a point was taken away because I enjoyed the second more, and another half a point was taken away because of fucking wheels. I
Yeah, that's
I hate wheels so goddamn much in this movie. It's a half a point off, so it's definitely a 4 out of 5 for me. It's an amazing horror. There are horror that I can say that I would rate higher than this that aren't better than this. But it's just I don't enjoy it as much as others.
Mm-hmm.
There are elements to it. Like I said, wheels just he ruins pretty much the whole movie for me. Like the whole time I'm just like shut the fuck up, wheels. Like I'm the second he opened his mouth, I wanted to punch him, and he did not make that better. He just made that feeling worse and worse and worse. And he was the last one to die, and I had to just deal with his bullshit the whole fucking time. And after that, after we got over his bullshit, after we got rid of wheels, she just kept screaming. She just would not stop. She just there was a time where screaming was definitely not the thing to do. You were in there was thick brush. I know that they know the woods. They probably lived at this location for quite a while. There's some weird magic going on. There's some paranormal magic going on with their living location. It seems that
I mean, they
they
doing little curses.
yeah. So it seems like they have maybe like stowaway spots maybe, and I don't understand though because the house just completely they don't find the house at all, so it just completely vanishes. So I don't know what that's about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, while she's running through the brush, she really needs to go through the thick shit because the chainsaw can't. The thicker you get, the harder it is for the chainsaw to get fucking through. And if you just be quiet and stop screaming, he wouldn't really know what fucking direction to run. But it's screaming the whole time, so he knows where to go. He can hear you. So he's gonna fucking follow your voice. He's gonna follow you screaming, and it's like just be quiet, just no, and yeah, there's just elements to it that just got on my nerves. Unfortunately, is great.
Oh yeah,
The effects are great,
understandable.
and again, I'm kind of glad that I'm giving it a 4 after going through all the production stuff and stuff, because it's that was a fucking lot, man. That they went through a lot to get fucked over in the end anyway. Like nobody won it
Hmm.
after this. Like it was
Oh yeah,
bad. So definitely a 4 out of 5 for me.
got you. Well, I guess me.
Yep, this is your go.
All right, alrighty. Well, I got a lot of more nostalgia for this one. Um, but it's 5 out of 5 for me. It's one of my top like movies of all time, but definitely top horror movies of all time. Just the atmosphere has always grabbed me. I just kind of always loved that it does so much without like having to rely on gore, which I mean, like most movies like this, that would be skimping on the gore. I'd be like, oh, I want my gore, but they just do everything so just the atmosphere and just the acting in it is great. Had no problem with Franklin with Wheels. Because I mean, I mean, he was definitely kind of supposed to be a little bit annoying, though. I kind of like also kind of felt bad for him because he did just kind of like get dragged to a place that's not even like accessible just to like sit around while everybody parties. It's kind of shitty. but um, but yeah,
He
it was
didn't make the situation any better. Just to
no.
add that he didn't make it any fucking better.
He's kind of a weirdo, but that was I think he was probably most likable when he was in the van, just reacting to the to the hitchhiker, being like, "Oh, that's crazy." I kind of liked how they kind of felt all of them kind of did feel like people though. Like even as knowing as Franklin could be, like I've been around people and they didn't even like the people I've been around didn't even have like the excuses of being paraplegic of just being that insufferable like through a trip or something. But everyone seemed like way more believable and less of like a stereotype. Like they, I mean, they still kind of fit in the niches of like a horror movie, but they weren't like completely stupid, like how most of the time like people are and like completely evil.
Yeah,
But
they kind of
it's like
weren't. They
yeah,
definitely weren't stereotypes, is what you're saying.
yeah, for sure. And so it kind of just always felt a little bit more like oh shit, like you if you were stupid and didn't like understand like movies are fake, you could be like, oh yeah, this did just fucking happen. Am I just like watching this, for the time? Because I feel like there's a great like atmosphere of like realism in it too. Um, and also just I mean fucking the set is just it. Ooh, just my little heavy metal gothy self just loves the fucking bones everywhere, and it's just it's so great. And the freaky fucking. I'm always won over by like freaky inbred like serial killer fucking rednecks out in the middle of nowhere. That's always a good way to get me. And also just like the kind of subtle connections this has like to some music I listen to too. It's kind of cemented this as like I don't know this world is sort of expanded in like some of the music I listen to too. So it's fun. It's 5 out of 5 from me. But though I do understand because I even warned you before because you're like it's like man is she gonna stop screaming? I'm like oh boy it's screaming from now on. It's definitely one of the things that go either way because even my friend who recommended Possession to me I was talking about Texas Chainsaw with him, and he's like, "Oh, I really like that movie, but damn, just all the screaming at the end almost ruins it for me." And I'm like, "Yeah, I could definitely see that, but I find it hilarious. I always just start like get a big giggle of just like the absurdity of just like." Her running around screaming like back and forth, just as the crazy chainsaw man's just like running. I love how he runs too. It's kind of what helps. just, just seems like he's kind of having fun too. It's just like, oh, you get a little someone to visit, and you're gonna play some games. Like when your dog finds the squirrel or the rabbit. But yeah, it's a 5 out of 5 from me. But I've definitely not one I'm like, oh, you didn't give it a god tier, you're a piece of shit. Because like I totally understand. Because it's I think for the time, very low budget, very still very early in kind of like getting the horror down to and the age. But like for what it is for the time that it came out, and like, especially with the shit they were going through, like damn, did they make a masterpiece? And it somehow pulled through despite getting fucked
Yeah,
over.
and 4 is a high rating. Four is a high rating. You can't knock that.
Yes, yes.
I
Hey,
I I
I've
like
said
the
it the most
movie.
on the show.
This is the first time where the shoe's on the underfoot, so you could totally like
Mm,
ream me. You totally could take
mm.
advantage. You could be like, "You
I
son of
never
a bitch,
do, 'cause
you asshole."
I use it later. I use it later when I go, oh, before it's like, see, 4 is a big number. You've admitted it before. See, you're playing checkers, I'm playing chess over here.
Oh, it's always gonna be with something. But yeah, I think we done it. I think that's it. I
Hmm.
think this is the part where I go, oh, thank you so much for listening to us ramble this long. If you like the review, please give us a like. Comment what you think in the comment section below. And subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed yet, so you can know when, and turn on notifications so you can know when the edited version of the live shows gets posted. And this is the part where I go, oh, does any of my co-hosts have a sign off?
Oh, it's Spooge's segment about, oh, what's the 420 fucking smoke spot of the movie? I'm picking the little bench swing in front of the house because I don't want to go inside that house because especially knowing that the set they use a bunch of actual decaying animals and stuff, so it's gonna reek in there. But oh, that little bench swing is like perfectly right in front of that iconic house, so you can just take in the atmosphere while you're smoking.
And I got one, the fucking van. Yo, boy,
Yeah.
hot box that fucking van.
Fuck yeah.
And like always, I have my outro that I gotta give. Oh, and I gotta make sure to remind everybody to tell your kids, tell your children that cats die, music fades, but art is for fucking keeps. And this is motherfucking art, baby. Your boy. Oh,
Your
it's so
boy, remember
fucking
that
good.
the hammer is better than the air gun.
Oh, some would say. So some would say. But oh, I've watched No Country for Old Men, so I beg to differ.
Wait, who? I would love to see a fight between that dude and Leatherface.
but
That'd be
yeah,
iconic.
but yeah, and I also get to go. Oh, and make sure to go hell Henry Sabrowski, Marcus Parks, and Ed Larson.
And Hail Geen.
Oh hell, Geen. And this will be a bye bye, folks.
Bye bye.